Yo, what's good? We in here for that Game of Thrones greatness. Season 6, episode 6 review. Somebody tried to throw that 666, but I ain't gonna do it. Now, it's actually been a few days since I've watched the episode, right? By the time this video comes out, then it's gonna be several days, obviously, since the episode came out, excuse me. And it's actually allowed me time to really think, sit back, and absorb all of what this episode indicated, and even more so than what I did, initially after watching the episode. Now, I wasn't even able to watch the episode all in one sitting. I had to split up into two. Working life, man, working life, the adult life, gotta love it, right? But that also was kind of cool because it allowed for me to absorb the magnitude of several events at the end of the episode. Okay. Now, in this episode, we have a couple of very important revelations that have been hinted at. At least they're going this path in the show. Now, in the books of A Song of Fire and Ice, who knows? Who knows where George R. Martin's going to head towards. There's been a lot of theories and whatnot as to, the mountain. Gregor, I always forget, I can't say the last name for none, but, Gregor and how the mountain. He's officially confirmed to be Robert Strong by Cersei Lannister herself. She came out right on and said it. And we see Uncle Benji Stark, full blown, is the one who comes in like Van Helsing, okay? Straight out of Van Helsing kind of horror style in that whole scene. We saw, was it skeleton corpses? Like straight up corpses coming up in that piece? He had fire and he was able to take them out. And he's been surviving. He talks about being, he was saved by Dragonglass. So we're starting to see a lot more elements of the White Walkers that I honestly had hoped for in season 5. And Bran, who was almost entirely inactive and just void and absent last season, we're getting a lot of that this season, which is very good. Honestly, if this was coming last season, it would have helped so much with the quality of last season as well as the pacing of last season. It really would have. Last season dragged so much. But anyways, we continue. So we got those important revelations. Now, a lot of people are talking about the trial of combat that's coming with Cersei Lannister, and she talked about it again. I've been watching, Alt Shift X, if I'm not mistaken. I've been subscribed to the channel. I've been watching a lot of the videos, been catching up on my knowledge once again, reminding myself of a lot of the knowledge and more of Game of Thrones, as well as some, the comparisons between the books and the show. I have not gotten into the series. I'm not going to front. I have not gotten the series as of yet. Maybe on down the line, there's a lot of stuff I still got to read. But anyways, you have this situation, trial by combat, okay? And who is the faith going to use? A lot of people are proposing that the Hound will be back, but then there's this whole quote-unquote gravedigger theory. It's highly unlikely, but it's going to be very interesting. It'll be very interesting also. It wasn't so much hinted at this in this episode, but what will the Martells will they show up during that time? It'd be very interesting to see what happens. And Robert Strong, I think a bloodbath's coming. It's coming, and I've been, a lot of people talking about a lot of things. I think it's coming. I think he's going to come wreck shop, and that's part of the reason why Cersei's like, yo, Jaime, get the hell out of Dodge. A lot of, something else that got brought up in my mind that's in fresh is, Jaime what'll happen when he finds out of the affair between Cersei and Homeboy from way back. Something I forgot about, but something that may come key and crucial in this whole thing about our family. It's just us. It's us against the world kind of mentality that's holding him down. What'll happen when Jaime finds out the truth about his sister and full blown who she is? It'll be very interesting. So Jaime's being sent off, Will it be a battle against the Frey? If I'm not mistaken, Walter Frey, and Walter Frey got picked. Now, look, man, Walter Frey though, I must say this dude is a dick. Period, douche. Like, this is the classic dick. He's different from. I'll get the Sam and his whole family because that was a very important scene, and a scene that was very intense for me personally, at least. Now, yo, this dude Walter Frey, this old guy, why has no? I'm the kind of guy that's like, you can say what you want, you know, the loyalty. Why are they loyal to this old bastard? Why? Like, okay, he's not a literal bastard as far as we know. But why are they loyal to this? This dude's a complete dick. I know his sons, but come on, this guy. It's like, dude, you're like 100 years old. You have and you're giving out all these commitments. It's like you're stupid. What do you want that? What the hell do you want them to do? This dude just needs to die. He's just one of those characters. Ramsay, get down there and just kill his fool. Hey, you know, skin him alive. I don't care. Boil him. Do what you do. Like, I want you to die, kind of care, because he doesn't provide any good. He's not even a good villain. He's just a bad character. It's like a character you it's not even to despise, because he's just so evil, so heinous, so rude. He's just a horrible person. Like Ramsay, at least, you know, as horrid as he is, he's got depth and complexity and character to him. Euron Greyjoy, okay? Certain Cersei Lannister, they have depth and character to him. This dude is just a straight up, he's an ass. Like, there's not much better you can say it. And there's some other choice words I can say that I will not say. He's just not a good dude. Like, there's nothing redemptive about his character at all. There's no explanation as to why he's so crude and crass. Yeah. In comparison, we wonder why Sam Tully was so, you know, so much fearful of his father. This dude here, racist doesn't even get, this guy, he is abusive, racist. Words don't even begin to describe how vilely he treated Sam, how degrading. I mean, his wife just like, yo, I can't stand this anymore. Like, this is just disgusting. It's embarrassing, like she said. The way he treat, the way he view is just so narrow, so biased. It downright is evil. It really is. This is starting on what encroach upon what is actually evil. This is evil. You can say, well, what about with Ramsay? Ramsay's definitely a villain. Cersei, at least she was a villain. Littlefinger was a villain. Some of the stuff they said was just downright just, you know, just wrong, just immoral as hell. But this guy, Tully, Lord Tully, worse. Because here's why. His perspective is just so narrow-minded, so destructive, without even physically. This is the kind of stuff that will destroy many people. It destroys generationally. You can say, well, yeah, murder, yes, that's horrible. I'm not, you know, dismissing it. I'm not dismissing torture stuff. You know, we see what happened with Theon. But Theon can be built up. Sam, this is the kind of stuff that leaves people stuck in this little thing, sometimes for the rest of their life. As horrible as Theon got treated, Theon can recover. Sam may never recover. It's worse. It's levels to this because it gets to your very person. You may become a different person as what happened with Theon. It becomes part of a survival method and technique, and the mind will shut down. But with Sam, it becomes part of your subconscious. Okay, it's completely horrible. Even the brother, you know, they were having a good old conversation. I gotta say, the Tullys are loaded. They're a major house. I was expecting, you know, I wouldn't think they are loaded. It's not even serious. Look at the size of that house. It's massive. And we see Sam take the Valyrian. That's obviously gonna be a big play. Also, the theory about the horn that Sam has. Sam's gonna be surprisingly a vital character. I told y'all, watch out for Sam this season. He's gonna prove to be a massively important character as the series progresses. But yeah, man, that man, I was starting to tear up a bit. That how bad that was. Sam's like, don't tell my father. He was wanting when we first meet Sam, he's a counselor, and you're like, okay, he's bad. But this, I see why. I see why Sam became what he became. I mean, every way you can degrade the young man, he degraded him. It was ugly, man. It was brutal to listen to. It truly was. Arya to become no one. See, this becoming no one is problematic because at first it just, the assassin. This is going more into beyond assassination at this point. This is going into brainwashing, indoctrination, and programming. And Arya is not having it. She's not becoming a mindless, machine of the quote-unquote many-faced god. I don't even think it's about the many-faced god. This is becoming cultic at this point. It was cool. I'm pulling Arya. I'm rocking with Arya on this one. This is ridiculous because they're not asking. They're asking her to indiscriminately kill. They're asking her to, no matter what views. There's no morality to this. You don't question. So, as far as I know, who the many-faced god? Well, what orders? How do I know? I be wanting to ask some questions. Why do I know y'all are actually in service of the many-faced god? And as far as we know, Arya's still with the old gods, brands and connections and stuff. So how do I know y'all are legit? She saves Lady Crane in that good old conversation and that view. That conversation was really cool between those two. And we see the response you see when dudes are trying to tyrannically control stuff. What'll happen? I don't know. Will we go back and we see what happened when the dude get murked? I don't know. So that was an interesting little discussion and dialogue that I wasn't expecting. And she's known as Mercy, and we see she goes into hiding. It's about to be a battle. How is she gonna get off the island? I don't know. The Faceless Men are coming after. Is she good enough to defeat the Faceless Men? And there's like 9 of them, so I don't know, man. Arya is looking rough for you right now. It's looking really rough. Last time I remember we didn't see Jon or Sansa in this episode. Let's see. We saw Daenerys. Daenerys was very important. And another thing, gotta compare it to Jaime Lannister. That whole situation with the High Septon, okay, and the plays that were made. And I gotta admit, the House Tyrell's forces led by Kevin. Was it Kevin Lannister that led him? But they got money. They got mad bank. Okay, that armor was looking beautiful. But the golden armor that Jaime was coming in with, the Kingsguard's armor, he was coming in straight up looking like Julius Caesar. Okay, that's exactly who I pictured. Now, Daenerys Stormborn and homeboy, not Jorah. What's homeboy's name? Daro, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, he talking about Jorah Conqueror. The when she came back, looked riding on the dragon, who I thought may be dead. Now I know in the books he's alive, but he might have been dead because the way it was portrayed and shot down and was beat up, whatever. But dragon's okay, nice. And so Drogon, the dragon, is okay. And so she's riding on there. And who will ride on the other two? There's theories about who's going to ride on the dragons. We shall see. But anyway, she comes on. She comes back like Alexander the Great, straight up. And she is talking conquest. There's no more peace, no pacifism no more. She's coming back like a conqueror. And she's speaking all, and the Dothraki getting all riled up. And they loving this. They eating this alive. I guess they're going back to Marine. Pit stop before we're in Marine. It's time to go to war. But it'll be interesting because Tyrion and them, they're talking about going to Westeros and stuff. Daenerys is, and talking about 1,000 ships now. Yara is bringing the ships. It'll be very interesting to see how that goes down. But I mean, that peace that was achieved, now Daenerys Stormborn's gonna come back, and she's thinking of warmonger. She's on the warpath, so it's gonna be very interesting to see what happens over in Essos, and what happens with the Red Queen. I mean, the Red Priestess and such. It'll be very interesting to see that. Don't think we got any from Tyrion and such, but yes, the High Septon. Gotta mention this: the High Septon and the plays he made, and convincing Tommen. Now, I don't think he's convinced Queen Marjorie. I think she's playing the whole game. So we'll see. In the those different ones, the Septon. There's about to be a trail of bodies. There's about to be a bloodshed with bodies, man. So it'll be interesting to see that. And anything else of importance in this episode? We see Brian. Now, Mira. I was almost gonna start off this review with Mira. I remember her talking now. Oh, I'm just stuck here and whatever. And you see, and the three-eyed crow, the three-eyed raven, was talking about you're not gonna be here forever anymore. Or not only him and homegirl, one of the children with Force, talking about you're gonna be massively important. Oh, you were talking that. Now you throw it into action. Now you see. So she's feeling powerless. So. Her relationship, it's going to be interesting with her relationship with Brian, and she's now lost so many people. She watched so many people die before her. She thought she was going to die. What her final role in this series is going to be will be interesting to see, and very intriguing. I'm not sure exactly where they're going to take her. Will Arya join them? Because there's multiple ways where the show could go at this point. And it's kind of up in the air in a lot of ways, besides some battles about to take place. Otherwise, and finally, who's going to win the Game of Thrones at this point? It's anybody's guess, really. Still think Cersei Lannister is going to die before the end. Sansa may survive. Tyrion may survive. Daenerys, who knows? There's various characters, and there's others entering into the game, so we shall see. Overall, I get this episode. Now, I wouldn't say it's been as phenomenal. It was important. 8.5. I'll go in 8.5. I thought it was an outstanding episode. It wasn't quite as good, obviously, as the past two, because I gave it perfect, or as either some of the earlier ones in the season, with the first three. But it really hit a lot of great points. You're still seeing, we're getting the establishment. We're seeing the church, if you will, and the state kind of combined into one. So that's a state-church situation there, which is very good. We got some important developments, some important world building. But as I keep saying, I'm still waiting on the Iron Bank. We didn't get as much development and characterization with various characters. We only got more highlighting of certain events. We did get some plot progression, but it wasn't, significant. Like Daenerys Stormborn, that was only a little bit there. We didn't know anything from Theon and Yara. We got only a little bit from Arya, a little bit from Bronn and Mira. I don't even know if we got anything from Jon Snow and Sansa Stark. The Lannisters only a little bit. Like there was bits and pieces that was hit. The biggest plot progression probably was the thing with the High Septon and the Atonement. That's probably the biggest plot progression, and that wasn't honestly that much. So, that held it back. And it's in the middle of the season. Don't expect too much characterization and character development. But plot progression would have been very nice, more so. Uncle Benji being brought back in is a good point. It's a great plot point, but it doesn't. We didn't progress much, honestly. So it is what it is. Unexpected one to like, comment, subscribe. Tell me your thoughts on the episode. And until next time, y'all, have a beautiful day, beautiful night.